If you've never done that before, it just seems very unnatural at first. 20 seconds in Thailand, Thailand Rob, and today we're going to talk about the omnipresence of the bum gun. Yep. But before we get into all that, I wanted to show you this road. This is the main beach road, or Rim Hat Road, here in Kamala, where you can get run over if you're in the middle of the road. And they just finished putting in the new water runoff. And it took them a while to get the road paved, but they had like 4 inches of difference between the water runoff and the road, so they took the paved road, put dirt on top of it, paved it again. But everyone here agrees, this is a very, very nice job. It's so smooth, it's buttery smooth. Look, they're all getting set up again for tourist season. It's looking really sharp down here. All the shops are almost 100% back to open. This is a really cool souvenir shop here. She owns like 2 or 3 of them. But almost all the seasonal restaurants are back open, and the bars, like Orchid Bar that closes down, it's starting to rain. Okay, before I get caught in the rain, let's just do this. Before we get caught in the rain, let's go back to Danny's place, sit down, and I'll talk to you about something that I have never seen a video on it, but have gotten many questions, mainly in person. And I understand why. It's just a very unusual conversation but you don't usually talk about, at least not on YouTube, but today we are. Maybe someplace a little bit more quiet. We would do this at Hey Ha. Hey Ha.
Hey Ha,
but
welcome to Thailand.
But yes, thank you. But she brought too many customers in, so we can't do it here. However, right down the road is Bob's Bar and Restaurant, a dandy. If you haven't heard of Bob's Bar and Restaurant, just TripAdvisor it. You'll see.
This is my message to you.
When I first came to Thailand 3+ years ago, I was staying at a hotel, and it was the first time I'd ever seen bum guns. And I have to admit, being raised in America where all you ever were taught to ever do was use paper, even now we've gotten better with some people actually moving on to baby wipes, which is more sane because there's moisture in it. Because yeah, I've never understood, they always teach you when you're a kid, when you go to the bathroom, come out, you wash your hands with warm water and soap. Well, why wouldn't you wash your other area with warm water and soap while you were doing that? Many other places in the world, including third world countries, do. Yeah, that's never made any sense. You wash an apple with water, but you don't wash anything down there when you just rub it with a piece of wood. So paper's made out of wood, so you're basically taking a tree to wipe yourself clean. Does that make any sense to anyone? I mean, you were never brought up to take a piece of paper or a tissue and, you know, hold on. What are you doing? Oh, I gotta clean my fruit before I eat it. Yeah, I'm gonna clean. This one's gonna do it right there. You don't need any water. No, this is just fine. No, it doesn't. But for the first, I swear, for the first 2 months, I never touched the bum gun in the bathroom. Never. They would always have paper, and so with the paper and just knowing how that works, I would just stick with that. So when you come to Thailand, there's not a guide on how to use the bum gun correct. Well, there's really, I mean, you could say it's common sense, but if you've never done that before, it just seems very unnatural at first. And because it's, you know, you can't really see what you're doing. So I finally talked to somebody one day and I said, guys, can you just please explain 2 things? One is the squatter toilets here. Now, if you don't know, the old style of toilet in Thailand was called a squatter toilet, where it's just a porcelain spot to put 2 feet and squat. They still have those. If you go to any of the places to get gas, it's like a truck stop. You can go in, you'll see they have Western style toilets, and they have the squatters, and the urinals are outside on the back in the open air. in the open air. So I was explained that if you are ever in a position that you are in a place with only a squatter toilet, then you will find on the wall there are hooks. And the reason there are hooks on the wall is for you to take off as much clothing as you need to take off to hang up on the hook. Because there may not be a bum gun in there, it may just be a big bowl of water, and honestly, I haven't even experienced having to go number 2 on a squatter with a bowl of water just to, I don't even know how, that's just, woo. I'm very thankful that that hasn't happened. Another reason why you should always carry, especially if you're on holiday just backpacking it, you should always carry a roll of toilet paper, always. Easy to buy at the 7-Eleven anyway. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the bum gun. When I lived in Bangkok, I told some of my roommates, I said, you know, I've never used it, don't understand it, and they said, honestly, that's the one thing that they miss when they leave Thailand, which I found very, very odd. So as you do, one day you just take the chance and see what's going on with it. Now, if you'll look down at the bottom, you'll see that there's always an adjustment for the pressure. There's almost always a lever that controls the water flow, whether you like super duper spray or a light, gentle breezing. Yeah. Because some of these will shoot you through the roof, and some of them is just like an afternoon spray shower, which doesn't really do that much. So pick your own settings. Multiple settings for your cleanliness. I mean, peanuts here, it's all good. I think the number one question that I get asked all the time about using the bum gun is drying off afterwards. So everybody will do whatever it is that they're comfortable with doing. Typically, every place, as I said, will have a roll of toilet paper on the wall that's mainly designed for just patting dry after you've used the bum gun. But I will tell you, in all honesty, and speaking with people for 3 years over here now, that if you didn't even have paper and you use the bum gun, it is so humid over here anyway that more than likely you're perspiring all day anyway. When you pull up your clothing, it's just a matter of a few moments, and then there really is no discomfort level with using the bum gun. I've never found it being discomfortable if I didn't have paper to pat dry with. So it's really just a huge culture shock thing of never being told to use or never having this device in America, which I don't understand. I don't understand as Americans how we have not embraced this at all. There was a study done that 75% of all Japanese men, now we're going to Japan because they have a whole better toilet system, but the Japanese men will sit even if they're only peeing. And if you've ever been to Japan, and if you've ever sat on their toilets, you will understand why. That is the most comfortable, relaxing experience on a toilet you can ever have. You literally, if you're one of those people that play video games or read a book, you'd never leave. Never. If you've known anyone that's ever been to Japan, just ask them. In Dubai, when I was in Dubai, they have the bum guns in the airport, but theirs have heated water. Now that's a doozy. Yes, the ones over here don't have the heated water. If you had your own house, you could hook up instant heated water for yours, but the hotels and stuff like that, nah, it's just cool water. So that first burst, woo. But having said that, most of the time the water over here is so warm coming out of the spigots anyway, because it's freaking Thailand. It's hot. I'm sweating right now. It's hot. Oh, by the way, last night I watched The Beach. I'd never seen the movie The Beach. If you ever come over here because you saw the beach and you want to go see that beach and that island, it doesn't look like that anymore. Matter of fact, I think they've closed it off again. So maybe one day it will look like that again, but I really don't know. I got to see it twice with 5,000 people on it. So I guess I basically just wanted to take away any of your fears, because I've met many of you that have come over here and you've told me, you fear it? Fear. No. Fear none. Fear not. Don't fear it. Now here comes the awkward part where I'm going to give you some instructions for the first time, because a lot of people are just, they don't know. If you've ever seen a kitchen sink sprayer, the bum gun is exactly the same device. It's a hose that's usually about 3 foot long, this depends on that, with a sprayer at the end, and depending on the pressure. First, spray the sprayer onto the floor or into the toilet and see what the pressure is, and you can turn it up or down with the valve. Then when you reach around and you're ready to be cleaned, I highly recommend that you angle it downward and then adjust it to the angle that you prefer, because if you just come at an angle coming upwards, you might shoot yourself right through the ceiling. I can't make any more of this video. This is just cracking me up, and I'm turning red because I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't know how to explain how to clean your butt. I'm sorry. Have a good day.
Can you take this asshole back to America, please?
Goody goody, don't forget that.